National Pollinator Week, and you can celebrate this enormous abilities of the world's tiniest superheroes at two very special events. And here with all the buzz, we have Tony Landretti, the CEO of Rice's Honey and Local Hive, as well as Mario Padilla, an entomologist from the Butterfly Pavilion. And you also brought a hive of bees and all of this local honey here. So welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you for having us.
exciting.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, so tell us exactly, what is Pollinator Week and why is it so important?
Yeah, so Pollinator Week is a week as a country that we recognize the importance of pollinators in our world. So this is one pollinator we brought today. These are our honeybees, and these are the pollinators a lot of people think about when thinking about pollinators. They're the ones who give us all the honey that we eat every day in the country. But we also talk about other pollinators. We're talking about all the other species of bees that we have native to the United States, beetles, flies, and butterflies, of course.
Wow, it's beautiful. So you're an entomologist,
Yes.
and you've been educating us here behind the scenes. If we could push in on the queen, you've put a little dot on her so we
Yeah.
can all find her. But they're really they're very busy grooming her this morning. Can you point her out?
Yeah,
with the
she's
finger?
right here. This little green
yeah, I see
dot
the
is
dot.
here. We put a little green dot on her because, as you can see, there's a lot of bees in this.
Definitely.
This is 1/20th or maybe 1/30th of the actual size of the hive. There can be 50 to 70,000 individual bees in the hive, and when there's that many bees, it's hard to find that queen. And it's
I don't know how you found her.
It's
to even put a
crazy,
dot on
right?
her.
I know, and it's a sign of you want to find the queen to make sure they're functioning regularly. So we put a little bright dot on her to make sure we could see her when we go and do a hive inspection. Yeah.
So cool. Well, we want to bring you into the conversation as well, Tony. Tell us all about Local Hive by Rice's Honey and what you guys do.
Yep, so we've been around for almost 100 years up in Greeley, Colorado, and we're packing local honey from around the country. So we work with beekeepers all over the United States, bring their honey to Greeley, put it in a bottle, and sell it back in the marketplace.
cool.
And this last year, we just announced our partnership with the Butterfly Pavilion, which is connected to their PACE initiative, which is Pollinator Awareness through Conservation and Education. And through our rebranding efforts of Local Hive, we wanted to bring to mind to consumers that we have a local product and we're supporting an effort to drive this awareness around pollination and the importance of the honeybee to our ecosystem. And it's been a wonderful partnership, and every bottle that we sell, we're giving back proceeds to the Butterfly Pavilion and to their PACE
Through
initiative.
the PACE
So-
program, that is awesome. We're going to try the Colorado one.
Cheers.
So it
Wow.
should have
Oh my
kind of a
gosh.
mild, sweet flavor to it.
This is the
So
one I'm
good.
used to because we get Rice's
Yes.
honey, and you've got this new label. I didn't recognize it at first.
So we rebranded in March of this year, and the one thing we're calling out on the label on the front, if you look at the bottom of the floral notes, so what you can identify are the different types of floral notes that are in each of those local honeys. So for example, in the Colorado, it would be a local clover, alfalfa, or wildflowers from that area. So if you bought our Florida honey, you would have Brazilian pepper or tupelo or gallberry, so different flavors of, and different floral sources from those areas. So every one of those will taste different.
And based on, obviously, the plant life that's in the area, these different honeys can take on those different flavors.
That's correct. Different flavor, different color, a little bit of a different texture. And that's really what we're trying to do, is elevate for consumers that this is a local product and it's from the United States, and you get a different flavor profile, so you don't need to add anything to the honey.
Right. Let's try the Southern California.
Cheers.
All right.
But also tell us about, there's a free event at Sam's Club, is that right?
So on Saturday, we have a partnership with Sam's Club, where you can go to each of the Sam's Club throughout the state of Colorado to sample our local Colorado product. We'll also have this mobile bee unit here in our partnership with PACE and the Butterfly Pavilion, so kids can come in and check the hive out. This is very much a draw for kids, of course. And then on Saturday evening at the Butterfly Pavilion, we're having a honey tasting event. So we're going to have a woman that's written this book around a honey connoisseur, so different flavor profiles and how you pair them with food. So kind of like a wine event, but with honey.
Cool.
So that'll be at the Butterfly Pavilion Saturday at 6:30.
Yeah, I have to say both of these were fantastic, but the Colorado one tasted much sweeter to me. And what is it? Is it the citrus that makes the difference in the Southern
So in the southern,
California,
so there's an orange blossom in there,
Okay.
so you get a little bit of that orange blossom hint that's in, it's blended out with a sage or an alfalfa to kind of take down that orange blossom. You get that citrus note.
Beautiful.
So great. And tell us one more time about June 23rd and the events that are happening.
So June 23rd at the Sam's Club throughout the state of Colorado from 10 to 4, and then on Saturday evening at the Butterfly Pavilion.
Yeah, we'll have our honey sommelier, and she's going to be leading kind of a class of how to recognize different floral notes in the honey and kind of what you want to pair those with if you're cooking at home.
How cool.
Oh,
A
so
very
much fun.
family-friendly event
Exactly.
as well.
Yes,
Very much
So fun and
Awesome.
educational. Thank you both so
Absolutely.
much. We appreciate it. So on
Thank
June
you.
23rd, all 19 Colorado Sam's Sam's Club locations are offering free tastings of local hives by Rice's Honey. That's going to take place from 10 to 4, and you can learn more on their website. It is localhivehoney.com. Then from 6 to 7:30 p.m. there's an adult-only sommelier-led honey tasting and food pairing at the Butterfly Pavilion. That's at 6252 West 104th Boulevard in Westminster. I think we've all been there. We know how to get there
I hope
easily.
so.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The cost is $25 for members, $30 to non-members, and you can purchase tickets at eventbrite.com or butterflies.org.
Well, coming up on Colorado's Best, a Colorado's Best ticket giveaway to the centerpiece event at Series Fest. You'll get to see a special screening of Yellowstone starring Kevin Costner, along with a performance from Lady Antebellum, both at Red Rocks Amphitheater. But first, it's summer, and that's a time for students to enjoy a little freedom. Find out what all parents need to do now to help their teenagers prepare for the new school year and also stay healthy. Well, summer may mean several weeks of freedom for students, but for parents, that time is going to fly by. And whether it's high school or college, parents are being encouraged to take steps now to ensure that their child is healthy and ready to tackle the new school year.
Now, squeezing in time for a physical exam or checkup could be crucial because behaviors that may seem very normal and typical for teens and young adults can increase their risk for serious illness. Dr. Tamara Coyne-Beasley is a professor of pediatrics and internal medicine at the University of North Carolina. She joins us now live from Raleigh to talk about the findings of a new survey and what parents may need to know about serious risks for their children. Thank you so much for joining us, Doctor.
Oh, my pleasure.
So if you wouldn't mind, please tell us more about this survey. What were some of the key findings?
Okay. Well, this survey was conducted by Pfizer Incorporated as well as Time Health, and it found several important things. The first is that many parents have questions about immunization and feel like they need more information, and that was the majority of families and parents. But we also found out that this is an incredibly stressful time for parents. So even while their children may be enjoying the summer and getting some relaxation, parents are preparing to get their children back in school. And one way they can prepare is not just by focusing on school, but also by focusing on their health. So we recommend that it's really important that people also schedule appointments for their children to see their physician for a well child visit. That can include health screening as well as prescription refills and getting information from their physicians about the vaccines that they need and making sure that they also get those vaccines.
And one disease in particular is meningococcal meningitis. What are the symptoms and the
Yes.
effects of this disease?
Yeah. So meningococcal disease is actually pretty significant. While it's a relatively rare disease, it can have devastating and lifelong consequences. So people, when they get the infection, usually either get it in their bloodstream or they get it around the membranes that surround their brain and their spinal cord, causing something that's called meningitis. But the reason why it's dangerous is that it can present just like a flu-like illness. A person might have nausea, vomiting, abdominal pain, cough, sore throat, stiff neck, maybe a headache. They may also even have a fever. But it looks just like a viral infection when it first starts. But then it can be rapidly progressive such that a person can die within 24 hours. So it's real important to think about prevention with a vaccine, because even those individuals who do survive, they actually can be left with lifelong complications that can be life-altering, such as limb loss or even damage to their internal organs.
Oh, that just sounds so awful. And we're almost out of time, but really quickly, could you just tell us the best ways to protect ourselves, especially the teens and young adults, from getting this kind of disease?
The first thing is making sure that they get vaccinated, talking to their doctor about all vaccines, but in particular meningococcal conjugate vaccines and meninge B. And if they need additional information about the survey or meningococcal disease, they should go to the website meetmeningitis.com. Again, that's meetmeningitis.com, and they can get additional information about vaccines and vaccine-preventable diseases, including meninge B and meningococcal disease, at cdc.gov, which is the CDC's website.
All right, great information. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Doctor. We appreciate it. And we're going to give
Thank
everyone
you.
that website
Thank you.
again. Yes, you can get more information. Just go to the website. It is meetmeningitis.com. Meetmeningitis.com.
Well, still much more to come on Colorado's Best, including a ticket giveaway to the Centerpiece event at Series Fest. We're talking a performance by Lady Antebellum and a special screening of Yellowstone starring Kevin Costner.
Well, get ready for a night of music and TV. Series Fest is returning to Denver. The award-winning festival showcases the best and boldest emerging voices in television with network premieres, panels, and parties. And the season 4 headliner is the 7-time Grammy Award-winning trio, Lady Antebellum. And you could win tickets to see them today. Isn't that cool?
So awesome. And here to tell us more, we have Randy